In this video, I'm going to be building, testing, and reviewing fake Lego products. This ranges from pretty big sets to smaller sets such as a minifigure. I originally got this idea when I was looking in Walmart and found this MTV cassette set. Wait, what? Let's rewind and build this properly. I picked this up for $5 and honestly, the build is actually really good for this. I definitely have to give it a 9 out of 10 build experience just because of all the snot techniques used. I love it so much. But it's time to put it to the test. On Instagram, I asked several of y'all how you would destroy Lego and I got some responses, so I was just going about my day. Someone suggested that I run over it with a car, and the damage wasn't that bad, but as you can see here, it's just getting crushed under the tire and disconnected, which honestly didn't put a lot of damage on it. At least in the angle that I drove over it, it really wasn't that damaging. I actually really like the idea of having this on my shelf, so I placed it there and I think it looks good. Solid 9 out of 10. The next fake Lego set I bought was a Squid Games character from Macari, and honestly this isn't really bad besides the fact that the helmet doesn't fit on the head. But overall, the printing and the quality of the figure, I definitely have to give this like an 8 out of 10. It's pretty good. Just because it is decent quality, I don't want to try to destroy it, but I'll let my dog have it. And he would rather have his toys, so I guess that's a good thing. Speaking of good things, today's sponsor is Pantasy, and they sent me over several different building kits, which are really cool, and I was so excited to build them. These sets are very similar to Lego, however, the instructions were pretty hard to read, which resulted in a few hiccups in the building process, and it just took me a very long time. Also, there were different elements than Lego offers, so it was a little bit strange. Overall, this build was very detailed, and I did have fun putting it together. I'd probably have to give this a 7 out of 10 build experience, because the techniques used were actually very cool. It was just kind of hard to assemble using the instructions. I gotta cut them some slack though, because this is huge compared to a minifigure. Like I said though, it is very detailed and was really surprising to me actually. If you were to compare this with Lego, the quality of the bricks were very similar to Lego and they fit together really nicely. And the truck is pretty large compared to most Lego cars. Pantasy also offers different kinds of sets other than this food truck, so go check them out in the link below. Also, you can use the code on the screen for 10% off your order. With that being said, let's move on to the next and final set. So this one is from Pantasy as well, and as you can see there are 2 big boxes. Here's a bit of a time lapse, but I didn't want to film the whole thing because I just wanted to enjoy building.
1 eternity later.
So I finally got this done, and let me say, I'm actually really impressed with this set. There's so many little details and things that just make the exterior of this pop out and actually look like an actual Lego set. All the elements are very similar to Lego, so I can kind of see how they got their design process and all the different elements that they used for the exterior. As for the interior, it is just as detailed and very colorful. Personally, I'm more of a fan of subtle colors and not so much color, but I think it actually is okay because it is on the interior. There's even some small details on the top floor. As for the back of it, it's pretty bland with a few pops of color, and it fits in with the front portion pretty well. Overall, for the design of this, I'd probably have to give it a 7 out of 10, just because it is a little bit chunky at parts. As for the building part with techniques, I really enjoyed building this, honestly even more than the food truck. I'm more of an architectural builder anyway, so that's probably contributing. Putting this modular building next to the police station, you can see there's lots of similarities such as the size and quantity of pieces that are included in this. Some of the reviews on Amazon actually say this is as good as Lego, so do with that what you wish. But that's gonna be it for this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Until next time, keep creating what you love.